Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Cooperators,
Where we're continuing
where
to
we're
play.
back playing some more Sonic.
Frontiers.
just Sonic.
We're just playing just a Sonic game. Just Sonic.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not even Sonic the Hedgehog, it's Sonic the Coolio.
Where's that boss?
Can you imagine if it was like Sonic the Badger?
Oh, he respawned. See if they have that blue circle. It means I already killed them next to their health bar.
They have a blue star.
Yeah, that thingy. That means I already fought them.
Alright, cool. Sonic the Badger.
Sonic the Badger.
I'm just thinking like Sonic as a badger or Honey Badger. Sonic the Honey Badger. Honey Badger don't give a shit.
Actually, in the latest Sonic game,
Of course.
Sonic Superstars, you could play as his beta character.
It's a Honey Badger, isn't it?
No, it's a rabbit. He's what Rice Star was based on.
Well, they originally had Sonic as a hedgehog because he was a dangly little piece of ornament in a game originally.
No, before that he was a rabbit. Like in the drawing, the concept stage.
So they made the ornament a rabbit first, and then they made him into a hedgehog.
No, this was before he was ever finalized. But they took his ideas from him being a rabbit and turned him into Rice Star, where he would have long, stretchy ears and could grab people and shit. And that would be his attack.
We were talking about like what games we grew up on, and that's definitely another one I didn't grow up on that one.
You know, oddly enough, I never played Sonic 3 until it came out on a collection on the GameCube. I saw it one time at my friend's house, and I wanted it so bad, but I never got it.
I played Sonic and Sonic 2, 3, and Sonic and Knuckles. And, we did the whole entire... Me and my sister, we did the whole entire expansions of, like, plugging Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic 2 and Knuckles, this and that and everything. And I remember playing Sonic 2 and Knuckles, and playing as Knuckles, and just gliding through a whole entire level and being like, I just passed the whole fucking level, and, like, no one gave a shit.
So, fun fact about Sonic 2 and Knuckles. If you've ever tried to duck under an attack and still got hit, his hitbox was glitched. It never went down when he crouched.
Cool.
He also couldn't jump as high as Sonic, so other things were harder for him, especially the Death Egg Zone.
He can fucking climb, so it doesn't matter.
But in the final boss, the Death Egg Zone, it's a pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah, well, like I said, I can still climb and glide. Anyway, I'm trying to think about other games that I played as a kid that I grew up on, and
What about Thunder Force?
Nah.
You played Gunstar Heroes. I know.
Well, that was after many, many years.
Oh, you didn't have that? I
didn't originally have that. No, I bought that, like, after I played it years ago when I was, like, a teenager, and, like, I actually did like the game because it was actually kind of fun. I don't know why people, they don't like it, but, whatever, everyone's got their own preference.
Maybe they just don't like good games.
Mm-hmm. The Power Ranger game on the Genesis, that was also pretty fun. The beat 'em up one. Well, it's not a beat.
I was gonna say games that were based on movies and TV shows back then.
Not a beat 'em up.
Were they any good?
Well, it wasn't based on a. What it was like a Mortal Kombat type of game, which that's also another game that I played was Mortal Kombat as well. But we only played. No, never mind. We did play Mortal Kombat. You don't have to jump.
Sorry, I was just trying to figure it out.
I know, I understand. We did play Mortal Kombat on the Genesis. I'm trying to think of what else we played.
I remember Nintendo didn't want it unless they removed the blood, so they just made the blood gray. But then you could turn on a cheat that changed the blood to red.
On the Super Nintendo, yes,
yeah.
It was gray, and on the Genesis it was red. And that's something that we all thought was like really awesome. That's what we liked about Mortal Kombat was all the gruesome, violent shit in that game that we just basically were able to get away with it back then.
Games need more cheats, honestly.
They do. They really do. They want to add more funness to the games. I'm trying to think of anything else that I played back then, like on the Nintendo and the Genesis, and I can't remember, honestly. It's bad. Jurassic Park, I think I mentioned that. Mortal Kombat. So the Sonic games. Toe Jam and Earl. And Panic on Funkatron.
Panic on Fuckatron.
I don't even know what else I play. I know there's a lot more games that I just can't remember. Then I'm going to like the Super Nintendo era where I played. I got the Super Nintendo and we got the Mario All Star Collection, but we got the classic All Star, not the one with the updated one where it came with Mario 2. No.
Yeah.
I think was that Mario 2. I forgot which one it was, but whatever.
I am struggling right now.
Mario and Yoshi, whatever the fuck that game was.
Super Mario World?
Sure.
What's the one you were talking about with Mario and Yoshi?
Super Mario World, maybe? I don't even know.
That's where Yoshi first came in, and then the next game with Baby Mario where you're playing as Yoshi, that's Yoshi's Island.
What I'm trying to explain is that I only got the first copy of Mario All-Star and it came with the Super Nintendo because the second copy had Super Mario World. The copy in the game.
I thought the one that came, well, I guess it was probably that, because I remember the Super Nintendo had a launch version where it came with Super Mario World, but I think it also had a version that came with All Stars as well.
It just came
like
with
separate.
It came with the first copy of All Star, which had Super Mario, Lost World
1,
Mario,
2, and 3, and then
Mario
the
2 and Mario
Japanese
3.
2, but
Nope.
it didn't have World yet.
No. It had just the basic shit in there, but that's also what I played back then. Then I played Mega Man X, which I thought was fucking fun at the time. What else did I play on this Super?
I never played Mega Man, believe it or not.
The Super Nintendo, I had a lot of fucking games, and I don't remember any of them. Like I couldn't tell you like what games did I play on the Super Nintendo. A lot.
I remember playing Out of This World. That was fun.
I didn't play I didn't play that till later. What I did play, I played Flashback, which that one was, you know, difficult as shit, but still fun. That one, and I
never played Flashback. That
one's fun.
I think you played more games that were more like, I want to call them realistic, like in terms of like movement and stuff.
Yeah. But Flashback
God damn it, I don't want to fight dogs.
Flashback was a game I played. The Jesus. The Animaniacs on the Super Nintendo.
Ooh, I remember playing
I also played that on the Genesis.
Monsters.
That one was on the Genesis I actually had.
What game?
Real Monsters.
I think I had the Genesis version. I know it was on both of them. Yeah. Oh, I remember the Ren and Stimpy game. That was fun.
Stimpy's Invention.
Stimpy's Invention, yeah.
That was the one I also had in the Genesis. Like, if you'll start naming them, I will remember.
It was so scary with the giraffes.
Well, remember when we played it?
Yeah.
We have to replay it because we gotta redux it, because when we played it when we had the camera.
I guess I had to earn your trust first, huh?
I'm blue.
Did you just go,
Yes.
Yeah, you press the start button.
Out everything else up until now, haven't I? Don't sweat it.
So I feel like we have to play Ren and Stimpy's Invention again, because we gotta redux it, because when we first played it, we played it with the camera up against the television set, and that was like...
Yeah, we could do that.
20 or 30 years ago? I don't fucking know.
We could definitely do that.
I mean, we don't have to, but, you know...
it's this shit again.
I feel like I feel like an obligation that we should definitely redux some of the games that we haven't perfected, because, you know, we fucked it up, honestly.
I mean, we're all... To be fair, you and I are fuck-ups in our own right.
Oh, yeah. But I can't remember, like, any of, like... Star Fox on the Super Nintendo, which was actually pretty cool. Top Gear, which, I don't know, some people kept telling me, like, there's a cheat code that you're gonna have girls in that game be topless, which... It's a racing game, by the way, so don't think it's real.
Take that.
But surprisingly,
why did they put this in the game, by the way?
I don't know. It's like, here, take a break from Sonic games, and here's a Galaga game. Surprisingly, I didn't play like any of the popular games like Metroid or anything like that on the Super Nintendo.
Really?
And I had a lot of Super Nintendo games. I had Doom on the Super Nintendo. Remember that?
Yeah, I know that version ran terribly.
Not
But
necessarily.
back then, we didn't really care.
Not necessarily. That actually had the best soundtrack.
But it still ran terribly.
It ran too pixely, but the soundtrack in that game was the best soundtrack in all Doom games. Even the what's the newest Doom game that we have? And I'm not talking about Doom 2016. I'm talking about like classic Doom.
You mean the latest port of Doom?
Yes.
The
The best
it's
port,
on
the
Steam.
latest best port, and the music on that one, it's still not good. The best music we have is still the Super Nintendo port.
Because of their chips or whatever.
Yeah, their sound
I thought
chips.
Genesis had a better sound chip, but there was no way.
No,
There was no way the Genesis could run. The only reason Doom ran was because it had an additional processor on the cartridge.
Exactly.
Got it, Sage. We've run into each other so many times, but I only recently learned your name. You could have told me sooner, you know.
We were enemies. Furthermore, my name holds no meaning.
Well, sure it does. Eggman named you that for a reason. That means you're important to him.
You think he cares
I'm
about
blue,
me?
dabba dee dabba da.
In his own way. Time's wasting. Let's wrap this up.
He cares about me, sure, in his own way.
After Super Nintendo, I think the next console after that was the N64.
Yeah. Oh man, I loved Ocarina of Time. That was what I played.
Played it, I just never beat it.
It is a fairly long game, but
Yeah, I didn't have the
The
time
games-
or the mentality for that game.
my not Super Nintendo, N64 games,
N64.
it was GoldenEye,
Yeah,
The World
same.
Is Not Enough,
Same.
it was Paper Mario, Ocarina of Time, Kirby 64, Pokemon Snap, and I'm not sure what else. I don't think I had many other ones.
I had Pokemon Snap.
Oh, and Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, Smash Bros. Of course. I had Snap and Stadium.
Oh, and I had Hey You Pikachu, but that's only because it came with my console.
Nice.
I had the N64 that was the Pikachu one.
That's awesome, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And you were able to talk in it and everything. That was pretty cool. And we all had Star Fox 64 with the Rumble Pack. That was
I
all...
didn't have that.
Ah,
Yeah, I missed out on that.
that's all right. It's not as cool as it is now. It was cool at the time, and it's just like, yeah, it was like a revolutionary thing. Like I could feel the game.
I was about to say, where's the Chaos Emerald? Oh, it's all the way up there.
Jesus.
How much
But-
time do we have?
We're 12 minutes in, so I guess another 10 more minutes and that's it. But I'm trying to go through all the
Alright.
games that I even had on the N64, and I can't even remember that one. I can't
I'm gonna
remember
do
any fucking games. Like, pretty much, like, at that point, it's like,
I'm gonna do
yeah,
a stage first.
you had Mario 64, Super Smash...
I never played that. I never played the OG Mario 64. My first time playing Mario 64 was the DS version, which it's not a one-to-one copy. Aside from the people you play as, the game has additional levels in it as well.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it was also, here, I want to tell, like, it's not even, I want to tell you a story. It's actually not even a good story or even a fast story. Pokemon Stadium, I got that game because I thought, like, because, you know, we were all obsessed with Pokemon and everything, and I wanted to, like, play Pokemon where I'm freely playing as the Pokemon and I'm attacking freely, and I thought that's what the game was like. It's like, no, it is a turn-based RPG, and I fucking hated it.
What, Pokemon... You said Stadium?
Because I thought it was like a, you know...
No, Pokemon Stadium is just a 3D Pokemon game with versus. That's it.
Yeah. And it's a
I had Pokemon Stadium.
And it's a turn base.
Well, yeah, that's how the original Pokemon's games were.
I didn't like that. So I was a little upset because I thought it was going to be like you freely get to walk around as a Pokemon and you get to beat up other Pokemon or whatnot. They didn't have that until Super Smash Brothers. So
If it makes you feel better, when I played Pokemon Stadium, I rarely did like the versus shit. I was always playing the mini games with like using Ekans as like the hoop thing to like get it on a bottle or whatever.
I remember playing the mini games and Stadium mode where you have to win the badges and everything. And that's it. I never actually beat it though.
It was a Stadium mode.
Yeah.
See,
it's like a story mode, I guess.
Remember.
It's like a story mode, I guess.
Yeah, I either don't remember or I just, as a kid, I didn't know about it. It's one or the other.
I'm trying to think if there's any other N64 games that I played, and I really can't remember. Turok.
By the way, you know the 3 Turok games are on Steam fully remastered, right?
Well, that's cool, but I never... You know what it is? I played Turok. I never actually understood it. I know you're playing as, like, some Indian dude. I think. I really don't know. But, like, I never understood the premise.
I don't know. I never played them.
Exactly.
But I do know.
It's weird.
I remember renting Shadow Man for
Shadow
the
Man
N64.
it was on the Dreamcast for me.
And I remember I didn't even get to the gameplay. I saw this cutscene in like a bayou area where like a dog was like freaking out or whatever. And I was like, nope, I'm good. I turned it off and that was it. I returned it to Blockbuster.
Ay, ay, ay. Hold on 1 second.
I am holding. I am here. I am entertaining. I am the cooperator. Let's see if the time is 2:30. What are you doing over there? Hey, the time's 2:40.
I'm sorry, I'm back. What were we talking about?
I said I am here. I am the cooperator.
I said I had to just go for 1 second because of bullshitness.
It's all good. Oh, man.
I just got a cane with a knife in it.
Wait, you got a package?
Yeah, I just got a cane with a knife in it.
That's concerning on 3 different levels, and only 3.
What? I was gonna say it's 5 different levels, but why only 3?
The world may never... Oh, damn it. Why was it skewed? The camera... Like, the camera's not straight. That's not me.
Yeah, go ahead. Blame the camera angles. Oh, you fucked up.
Sega, you need to like watch. I'll do a random thing like right here.
I understand what you're saying, and it's like slanted. I understand.
Curse you, Sega. There we go.
Nice. What were we talking about? Nintendo games? No, N64 games. And again, I still
I was talking about Shadow Man.
Well, again, Shadow Man I played on the Dreamcast, so that's like another 2 more generations on me. I don't even know Shadow Man was even on the N64.
You know what game I do remember playing? My brother got them for me. One was called Hexen, which was like similar to like how Doom played, but like it was like medieval or
I remember
some
that game.
shit like that.
I remember.
And then the other one was called Hybrid Heaven.
I'm still trying to look up this game that was like Hexen or like a Doom clone or a Wolfenstein clone. And I still don't fucking remember it. It had the graphics similar to Rise of the Triads. But I only remember this one level because some kid was playing it and I was only watching the kid.
Maybe he was playing a mod of like
it was years ago. Years. 90s.
They had mods back then.
Mods were not a thing.
They absolutely were. There were still mods in the early 90s.
This kid was not getting any mods.
If it was on the PC game, if it was on the PC, don't rule out modding even for that shit. Like maybe one of his parents or someone older could have done it.
I'm gonna go with the fact that no, it wasn't modding, because it wasn't like because the kid was just terrible at this game. He kept dying.
That doesn't mean he doesn't know how to mod. He could just suck at games.
He kept shooting his fucking gun, not saving any fucking ammo. He shot the goddamn dogs. He shot the... I don't want to say they were... They could have been guards, not police, but they looked like police.
I mean...
They were guards. He was breaking out of jail, and...
While highly improbable, that doesn't mean he didn't do it.
So go with the more possibility reference. What fucking game is this? And we tried asking Steam, like the Steam forums and everything...
Yeah, we should probably ask the Reddit forums.
Jesus. I hate Reddit now. Like, I don't, like, hate it, but, like, all I keep seeing is porn on Reddit now. And everyone keeps, like, showing off their, OnlyFans on Reddit.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like being in a genuine relationship these days is a lot harder than it used to be, because it's either, like... You either get somebody that's, like, I'm gonna just call them a skank, or you get somebody that, like... to share. Like there's no genuine love anymore.
No, I understand. We're gonna get way too personal with that one. Let's go back to video games and then we'll talk about, you know, relationships in the next episode. But what are we up to? 64? I think we're done with 64 because I can't remember any other games that I had on the 64 that I grew up on.
I don't know. I do remember. I remember my first N64 game was Kirby 64. I do know that, and I remember having it on my birthday. And I remember I had some people from school.
I also remember Yoshi's Island or Yoshi's Story.
Yoshi's Story, yeah.
That's it.
I remember there were some people at school at my party, and I remember there was this one kid who was like, "Hey, can we open it up and play with it?" And I'm like, "No, let's just have fun like doing it," because there was other stuff to do at the party. And he kept asking, and I guess he was just really fucking excited for it or so. I don't know.
He doesn't have a 64.
He probably didn't have but at the same time, we're kids. We don't really think like in terms of politeness. It's like, ooh, new thing that I don't have. I want to play it.
No, it's mine.
But fuck that kid.
So the only thing I can think of right now is the PlayStation era, which at that point you were kept saying in Metal Gear Solid. I didn't get into Metal Gear Solid till like a long time, till like halfway through the PlayStation era, until we had Dreamcast. Back then, I was playing like Resident Evil, Crash Bandicoot. What are the games that I have on the PlayStation? The Fifth Element. I had a lot of PlayStation games. I just can't remember what PlayStation game, like exactly which ones I had.
Master Ninja. Yo.
No, I didn't have Master Ninja. Oh, you're talking about him. He's a Master Ninja. What else did I have? I had Fighting Force. I had Area 51 on the PlayStation. That was kind of fun.
Oh man, I can tell you my games. I just need a moment.
Well, I'm just trying to think of anything else. I'm going through alphabetical order. Anything in the C's? How about the D's? But I can't remember. That's the problem. I actually have to look at my games and see what I have. But even if, like, the behind-the-scenes episode of the Cooperators, where we actually go into the, you know, a long time ago, we went into the basement, we showed off all the games and all that other stuff. You basically didn't see everything what I had and whatnot, but, you know. Whatever.
So, oh, I don't have rings.
You're gonna die, clown!
So, the games I had when I was younger, well, for...
So many ruins. I'm not letting it happen again.
What?
I was gonna say
Alright.
next time on the Cooperators because I didn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But I want to hear what other games you grew up on.
Yeah, I was just gonna grab this real quick if I could, and then do it next time on the Cooperators.
No, tell me what games you grew up on.
For PlayStation, I had Crash. I didn't play Crash 1. I had Crash 2 and 3. I had I had Spyro 1, 2, and 3. I didn't get the Resident Evil games. My brother did. I never really played them because I was scared shitless.
Nightmare Creatures. That was another one.
I remember I had oddly enough, I played a lot of the Army Men games on the PlayStation.
I don't know what those are.
They were interesting for what they were. They weren't bad. I'm trying to think what else. I really don't remember. Like I wasn't too big on PlayStation. We had the Tomb Raiders, but I was scared of those. I don't know.
Tomb Raider I had as well, but I was just...
Oh, I had Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the PS1.
Wow, I didn't even realize it was that old. Jesus.
Yeah. It was pretty fucking old, man. Just like us, we're ancient.
God
we're
damn.
like the ancients.
The ancients that used to roam the streets and play these games. And next time on the Cooperators, we're going to continue with some more... What are we
Sonic
playing?
the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
Meow.
Awesome the Hedgehog. We'll see you next time.
We're gonna reach for